So the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, St Edward's School, not far away from here, from Ratsgymnasium, Germany, on the Berkshire station. Away they go then, the power of the eights, past Temple Island, keeping a close eye on what St Edward's School are up to. A little bit of a involuntary swerve towards the centre of the course and need to correct. They're just going a little bit too close to the Germans for comfort there. The umpire will be keeping a close eye on that, but not much between the paddles. The oars there getting very close to hitting each other. The umpire sends St Edward's School back towards the buck side of the course. Still very tight. Changing the commentary box, the speedster himself, Alex Gregory, is alongside me. Alex, good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening. In the sunshine, best time of the day, isn't it?
Lovely, isn't it? I was a bit worried about the weather earlier, but it's come out good for us. And these boys in their race now. It's been lovely out there.
Yeah, it's not as oppressively hot as it was yesterday. And just having a look at the early stages of this race. Ratsgymnasium, Osnabrück from Germany. In the white, black and red on the far side of the course. Taking the early advantage from the St Edward's School, more locally on the buck side. But yeah, nice still water still. You're not going to get better conditions than this on the Thursday post-tee of a Henley Royal Regatta, Alex.
No, absolutely perfect conditions, and we all train on water, flat water, as much as we can, and these boys will be enjoying this water. It just makes things so much easier. It allows you to do what you need to do and do what you want to do in a race when you don't have to worry about waves and wash. These guys are looking quite powerful, I must say, for schoolboys, don't you think?
Yeah, they certainly look well drilled, and they've put hours and hours and hours of training and visualisation and rehearsal into this, don't they? And they are putting in a good shift, the Germans. They're getting on for a length up now. Half a length, perhaps a good little spurt from St Edward's School. They're still very much in contention. This could be a good race as we hit the midway point. It looks as if this one could be extremely tight.
It could be, yeah. St Edward's had a good race yesterday, and I actually saw these boys getting into their minibus after a warm-up paddle at lunchtime. And they were, I know their coach, Johnny Singfield, Johnny Singfield's son is in the bow seat, and they were all excited but nervous. They were going home for a rest. And yeah, they're putting up a good fight. I mean, look at this. This is getting close. There's no crew out in the lead. They're both side by side by each, battling it out. Yeah, it's going to be a tough race.
Yeah, going to have to dig deep, both of these crews. St Edward's School, Rupert Singfield and Bow, as Alex mentions. And there's not much to tell in this one. The Cox Hugo Marsh will be urging on the St Edward's School boat. But the Germans, well, they've got to work hard. One of the most recognised junior rowing institutions in Germany, Ratsgymnasium Osnabrück, coached by Lennart Walbrink. And so I think St Edward's School has just put in a good little spurt there, just eating up a little bit of ground, but wow, it's just too tight to cool.
Yeah, that was a great move, and that will give them a big boost. You know, when you start moving up on another crew by the side, it gives you some adrenaline and excitement, and the Cox will just be pushing them on, shouting at them, literally shouting at them to keep moving, increase the stroke rate, whatever it is that is in their race plan. And that's a great, look at that, that's a really good move by St Edward's there.
In a short space of time, they've just shifted a length clear, and they're in your eye line now, aren't they? They can see the Germans, and that must be huge for the confidence and for the mental toughness. They have to dig deep, as we said, and the Germans certainly aren't out of it. But their issue now is, where are St Edward's? They're relying on their Cox for the information, of course. Is the Cox telling the truth there, or are they having to stay in contention? Are they doing enough here?
Yeah, interestingly, in an 8, when you're in the stroke seat or further down the boat towards the Cox, you feel miles away from the end of the boat on the other side, so you really can't tell where the other crew is, and it's demoralising. You do have to rely on the Cox, and you have to trust the Cox, like you say, but it is demoralising, and if you get up this far in an 8, it's hard, so hard to come back.
Yeah, you can see the bow seat there, and the German bow Luke Friedrich. He'll have a vague idea, won't he? Because he'll just sense, he'll be able to sense that St Edwards aren't too far away. But as you say, if you go a few metres further forward to the stroke seat, you're a long way off it.
Yeah, that's it. And now they'll be starting to feel the wash from the oars of the St Edwards boat, starting to feel the ripples either side. And yeah, it's tough. St Edwards are looking good here at this late stage in the race. They're looking quite tidy. Their blade work's good. And although they're pushing, I reckon they're in control. They're excited.
Well, the Germans have trained alongside the German national team, so nothing left to chance in preparations. But St Edward's School, from not too far up the Thames from here, this is a really good result for them. And they look like they've got it in the bag. More than a length out, and only a few strokes of the race remaining. Heading to the line now. Hugo Marsh is trying to eke out every last bit of energy from his St Edward's School 8 there. Finalists in 2013, finalists in 2014, St Edward's School. Could well be finalists in 2015 as well, judging by that. The Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, beating Ratsgymnasium of Germany. Look at the pain on the Germans' faces there. But St Edward's School, they've made that tell. Good performance from them, winning that heat.